Fais les choses en main, c'est bien.
And we have Fadri Janutin from Switzerland with bib number 1 starting at the start gate. And on course now. And we have Fadri Janutin crossing the finish line with a time 52:36. And next up with bib number 2, we have Emil Pettersson from Sweden. And we have Emil Pettersson on course now, and after him we will have bib number 3, Hans Kral Madsen from Norway. Emil Pettersson crosses the finish line with a time 52:81. We have Hans Kral Madsen with bib number 3 ready at the starting gate. And Hans is on course now. Next up we will have Matthias Iten starting with bib number 4. Hans Kral Madsen crosses the finish line with the time of 54:98 and goes into 3rd place. Next up from Switzerland we have Matthias Iten starting with bib number 4. Matthias Iten now on course, and next up at the starting gate we have Noel von Grüningen with bib number 5. Today's course here in Levi has been marked by Andreas Kollenborg from Norway, and we have 67 gates altogether. And Matthias Iten crosses the finish line with a time of 52.47 and goes into second place. From Switzerland, we have Noel von Grüningen at the start gate. And Noel von Grüningen is now on course. And next up we have Simon Ryland from Austria. And Noel von Grüningen crosses the finish line with a time of 52.67 and goes into second place. And on course we have bib number 6, Simon Ryland from Austria. Next up we have Reto Schmiedinger from Switzerland with bib number 7. And Simon Ryland goes into first place with the time of 52.34. On course now we have Reto Schmiedinger from Switzerland. Next up with the bib number 8 we have Jesper Pohjolainen from Finland. Athletes, please move away from the finish area. Athletes, please move away from the finishing area. And at the start gate we have our own Finn, Jesper Pohjolainen, getting ready to go. Jesper Pohjolainen with the bib number 8 is now on course. Next up we have Fabian Himmelsbach from Germany. Jesper Pohjolainen has crossed the finish line with a time of 52.73 and he goes into 6th place. And we have bib number 9, Fabian Himmelsbach, on course now, and after him we will have Jakob Greber. Fabian Himmelsbach crosses the finish line in 6th place with a time of 52.70. And we have bib number 10, Jakob Greber, now on course. Jakob Greber crosses the finish line in the position 9th with a time 52.93. Next up at the start gate we have Tian Marov, who is now on course. And getting ready at the start gate we have Aingeru Garay Fernandez from Spain with the bib number 12. Marov crosses the finish line in 3rd position with a time 52.46. Next up, Aingeru Garay Fernandez from Spain, now on course. And after him we have Corrado Barbera getting ready at the start gate with bib number 13. Aingeru Garay Fernandez finished. And we have Jakob Greber now on course. After Corrado Barbera, we will have Gustav Wisting from Sweden starting. The time for Barbera is 53:25 and goes into 11th place. Gustav Wisting now on course, and after him we will have Kilian Promstaller from Austria. And Gustav Wisting crosses the finish line with a time 52:57. Gustav goes into 6th place. And on course now we have Kilian Promstaller with bib number 15. Kilian Promstaller crosses the finish line in 13th position with a time of 54:06.
If I am here, no problem?
Maybe on...
Yeah.
Yeah.
There is the many.
Yeah. You have to come a little further out here. Thank you.
We have Axel Lindqvist from Sweden with bib number 16 ready at the start gate. And Axel Lindqvist on course now. After him we will have another Swede, Adam Hofstedt with bib number 17. Axel Lindqvist from Sweden crosses the finish line with a time of 53:38 in 13th position. And on course now, Adam Hofstedt from Sweden. After him we will have Sandro Simonet from Switzerland. Adam crosses the finish line in 12th position with the time 53:03. Next up on course, Sandro Simonet. Sandro Simonet from Switzerland now on course, and after him we will have another skier from Switzerland, Reto Maschler, with the bib number 19. It's a DNF for Sandro Simonet. Bib number 19, Reto Maschler, now on course. At the start gate we have Auguste Alnette from France getting ready to start, while Reto Maschler crosses the finish line with a time of 53:27 and goes into 14th place. And we have Auguste Alnette on course now with bib number 20. After him we will welcome Joel Luetolf from Switzerland. Holnet crosses the finish line in 16th position with a time of 54:01. Now we have Joel Lutolf from Switzerland on course with bib number 21. Joel Lutolf crosses the finish line in 9th position with a time of 52:72. And next up on course we have Simon Morberger from France. Simon is from Italy, sorry. At the start gate, we have Moritz Tudrell getting ready to start with bib number 23. Athletes, please move away from the finish area. Simon Morberger crossing the finish line in 11th position with a time of 52:77. Moritz Tudrell from Austria now on course. Tudrell crosses the finish line in 18th position with a time of 53:39. Next up we have Matteo Canins on course. Matteo Canins crossing the finish line and he goes into 3rd place with a time of 52:41. Next up on course we have Stefano Pizzato with bib number 25. Stefano Pizzotto crosses the finish line with a time of 53:55 and he goes into 20th position. Next up we have William Hansson. William Hansson crosses the finish line in 14th position with a time of 52:82. Next up from Norway, we have Mikkel Ramsøy with bib number 27 on course now. Mikkel Ramsøy crosses the finish line with a time of 52:27 and goes into first place. We have a new leader. Now on course, Adrian Meissen from Germany. Adrian crosses the finish line in 20th position with a time of 53:33. And at the start gate we have Jesper Wahlqvist from Norway, who is now on course. Jesper Wahlqvist crosses the finish line with a time of 54:01. He goes into the 24th position. And next up on course we have Lukas Kongsholm. After this we will have a small break. And following Kongsholm we will have Camden Palmqvist with bib number 31. we have Lukas Kongsholm in the finish area. He goes into 24th position with a time of 53.77. Our current leader, ladies and gentlemen, Mikkel Ramsøy. So in first position at this point we have Mikkel Ramsøy. Then in second position Simon Ryland. Third position Fadri Janutin. Fourth position Matteo Kanins. Fifth position Tian Marov. And sixth position Matthias Iten. Just in a few minutes we will be continuing with bib number 31, Camden Palmqvist. At the start gate now we have Camden Palmqvist from the United States of America getting ready to start his first run here in Levi. And Palmqvist now on course. Next up getting ready we have Hugh McAdam with bib 32. Palmqvist crosses the finish line and goes into 23rd position with a time of 53.44. And on course now we have Hugh McAdam. Hugh McAdam crosses the finish line. And McAdam goes into 25th position with a time of 53.74. Next up, on the steep section now we have Jimmy Krupka with bib number 33. Eva crossing the finish line now, going into 13th position. Lenz Haschler now on course. Lenz Haschler from Switzerland crossing the finish line with a time of 53.50 and going into 24th position. And on course at the same time we have Thomas Lardon with bib number 35. Thomas Lardon from France has crossed the finish line with a time of 54.24 and goes into 31st position. Now on course we have Tommaso Saccardi from Italy with bib number 36. Tommaso Saccardi from Italy crosses the finish line and he goes into 10th position with a time of 52.70. And on course we already have Oskar Andreas Sandvik with bib number 37 from Norway. Sandvik has entered the finish area and he goes into 9th position with a time of 52.64. Meanwhile, on course with bib number 38, Jeremy Lagier. Jeremy comes from France. He's now on the steep part. Lagier crosses the finish line in 28th position with a time of 53.73. And on course at the same time we have bib number 39, Baptiste Sambui. And bib number 40 also starting, Francesco Riccardo Zucchini from Italy. Sambui has crossed the finish line in 22nd position with a time of 53.28. We have the number 40, Francesco Riccardo Zucchini on course on the steep part now. At the same time, we have bib number 41, Stanley Butek, on course. It is a DNF for Zucchini from Italy. We are waiting for Stanley Butek. Now on the steep part. Stanley Butek from the United States of America crosses the finish line in 29th position with a time of 53.57. Now on course with bib number 42, we have Michal Jazicek. And Michal Jazicek crosses the finish line with a time of 54.76 and goes into 39th position. And we have bib number 43, Kalin Zlatkov, on course now, entering the steep part. Zlatkov crosses the finish line in 37th position with a time of 54.28. Meanwhile, entering the steep part of the slope, we have Piotr Habdas with a bib number 44. It is a DNF for bib number 44, Piotr. Bib number 45 is on course now, Riccardo Allegrini from Italy. Allegrini crossing the finish line now with a time of 54.27. On the steep part here, we have bib number 46, Ralf Seidler. Seidler crosses the finish line now with a time of 54.04 and goes into 35th position. Entering the steep part of the slope, here is Fabio Walsh with the bib number 47. Walsh comes from Austria. Walsh has crossed the finish line in 33rd position with a time of 53.78. It is a DNF for bib number 48. Now at the start gate, bib number 49, Oskar Heine from Austria. Hein crosses the finish line now and goes into 34th position with a time of 53.96. And now entering the steep part here, we have Alessandro Pizio with bib number 50. Pizio crosses the finish line now and goes into 34th position with a time of 53.83. We will now have a short break. After the short break, we have Jerzy Jacek with bib number 51 start.